We're looking at question number 57, and it's asking us to find out how long it takes a $3,100 investment to double if it is invested at 8% compounded semi-annually. And then it wants us to round to the nearest tenth of a year and use the formula A is equal to P times the argument of 1 plus R divided by N raised to the power of N times T. So let's go ahead and break down this formula. A is going to be our ending amount, and we know that we're trying to find how long it takes a $3,100 investment to double. So this means we want 3,100 times 2. 3,100 times 2 is going to be $6,200. So that will be our A. Our P is our initial amount. We know that our initial amount is going to be $3,100. We know that our R is our rate in decimal form. Make sure you always have it in decimal form. And it says that it is invested at 8% compounded annually. So let's rewrite that. 8% as a decimal is 0.08. N refers to the amount of times it is compounded every year. So it is semi-annually, meaning every 6 months. So there, in 1 year, there's 12 months. 6 can enter 12 2 times. So N will be 2. And our T is how many years it will take. And we don't know how long it will take because it says find out how long it will. So T is our unknown. So let's go ahead and plug these into our formula. We're going to have 6,200 is equal to 3,100 times 1 plus our rate, 0.08, divided by our N, which is 2, raised to the power of our N, 2 times T. So let's go ahead and get out our calculator so we can start breaking down these numbers. The first step I'm going to take is to get rid of this 3,100 on the right-hand side. To do that, I'm going to divide both sides by 3,100. That will cancel all that, and 3,100 we know can go into it 2 times. So this becomes 2 is equal to 1 plus 0.08 divided by 2 raised to the power of 2t. So let's simplify what's in our parentheses. Let me get my calculator out so it makes it a little bit more simpler to do. So let's go ahead, let me do 0.08 divided by 2. That's going to equal 0.04. So let's do 1 plus 0.04, and that is equal to 1.04. So now we know that on the right-hand side, we have 1.04 raised to the power of 2t. Now we know in our logarithmic properties that we can take our exponent and bring it down to the front, but we are not in that form yet. We can do that by adding the natural logarithm, ln, to both sides of our equation and get a 1-to-1 form. So when you do that, you're going to get ln of 2 is equal to ln of 1.04 to the power of 2t. Now that it's in the natural logarithmic form, we can take our exponent using our power property and bring it to the front, thus giving us ln of 2 is equal to 2t times the power of ln of 1.04. Let's divide both sides by our ln of 1.04 so we can isolate our t. That gives us 2t is equal to ln of 2 divided by ln of 1.04. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 2 further so that we can get our t. We can go ahead and put this in our calculators again, just so it makes the work a little bit easier on us. So to put this in our calculator, let's go ahead and do the first argument, which is our numerator. We're going to have the natural logarithm ln of 2. Oops, let me rewrite that. There you go. Divided by the natural logarithm ln of 1.04. Close that parenthesis and close that numerator parenthesis set. And that is all going to be divided by 2. And that's going to get us 8.836493843. It's asking us to round to the nearest tenth of the year. meaning we are going to get the answer 8.8 when it's rounded to the nearest tenth of a year. So T is going to be equal to 8.8 years. And that is how long it will take us to get a $3,100 investment to double if it's compounded semi-annually at a rate of 8%. So that will be your final answer.